Hello, fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Now, all of us this month, thanks to a very important eclipse that is set to take place early this month, all of us in some way are going to have our moment in at least one area of life where the truth is aired out. What it is that has been unsaid for a long time, whatever it is that's been brushed under the rug for a long time, now everything comes out into the open. Everything comes out to be actually talked about, considered, explained. And while there is a revelatory element to this energy, there is also an enlightening element to this energy as well. Because ultimately the truth does set us free and the truth heals as well, even if it comes about in ways that don't always feel so great. This is especially true this month with a very important eclipse that we have taking place. This eclipse is speaking with Uranus, with Pluto, and with Jupiter. And there's awareness, there's subtlety, there's change, and there is absolute positivity and healing on offer. All of us in at least one area of life are set to experience some important enlightenment. And for you, it has to do with the work. It has to do with your workplace, and it has to do with the work that you are engaged in. And wherever it is that you've been sort of just bobbing along, this is going to be a time when all the truth comes out and where what has been is no longer going to be okay to continue. Now, this tends to be a time when secrets come out, okay? So if it's you that's been not completely forthright, that truth is going to come forward. And so I really advise you to think about it. It's always a good idea to live ethically, to live honestly. And so if there has been any situation or any way in which you have felt and you look back and you go, oh, wow, I've been taking a whole lot of paper clips, whatever the situation may be, this is your time to be at least honest with yourself and set things right within your own spirit. But just know that if you know you've been doing something that you shouldn't be doing and you've been doing it for a while, this is a time when that is going to come forward. But the truth is that this is also an energy that is going to be revealed with your co-workers as well. Now, this is a lunar eclipse at that. And so lunar eclipses tend to speak to females. So there can be a change, whether it's in your relationship or whether it's in the presence of an important female figure, female co-worker in your midst. But just know that if there is somebody else who hasn't been completely forthright, this is going to be a time when the truth does come out. And so there's a very strong sort of karmic element to eclipses. And so I do see some Taurians out there saying, like, she had that coming. I got to say, that was a long time coming. We knew that was coming. And so there's going to be that element for some Taurians out there, but for others, it might actually come as a surprise. It might be like, oh, wow, I didn't know all that was going on in the office back there. And that is one way to accept it. Even with the surprising energy, even with the uncertain energy. As I said, this is ultimately leading somewhere really good. And so it does look like whatever does come out into the open ultimately will lead on a path towards which you are feeling more safe and more secure. So you do end up sort of rising on top, if you will, landing on top, if you will, to whatever changes come about. With an eclipse like this, the changes can come about very quickly as well. So there may be changes in the work environment, with your clients as well, with the type of clients you're attracting. And so you certainly can be open to the idea that sometimes the work needs to evolve. Changes need to happen. Clients you think are always going to be there need to find their exit so that new and better and bigger clients can find you. All of this is set to happen, and all of this is sort of the characteristic of the energy that we are all dealing with and welcoming in the early part of the month. So for you, big changes on the workplace. For some Taurians out there, this is going to be a health-related thing. So I got to be honest with you, okay? This may be a health-related thing. I do think that those Taurians born smack dab in the middle of their sign. So if you're one of those Taurians born smack dab right around the 5th or so, okay, or within 3 days on either side, if you are one of those Taurians, there is an element playing out here that may speak to health, okay? You're going to feel this eclipse most if you're born in the middle of your sign, but all Taurians will be feeling this. It does look like you are, if you know you've been doing something that's been taking a toll and you've been brushing it under the rug, this is a time when the universe says, you have to look at this. Look at what you're doing. You can't keep doing what you've been doing. So it is moment of honesty time for you as well, which ultimately leads to some really empowering changes. Now, the changes that do come about, what I like about them is that they are the type of changes that really ground you, that really root you, if you will, and allow you to feel a greater sense of not only connection to your body, but also just a greater sense of groundedness, if you will. And so you're feeling stronger within yourself as a result of the awarenesses that do come about. And because we have Jupiter there, it suggests to me that whatever comes about, it is something that ultimately leads you in a really positive direction in your journey towards feeling good physically as well in your own body at that. I love the focus that this month has on rituals for you as well. And so do be focused on that. Find those little rituals that allow you to feel a sense of consistency and a sense of stability as you go about your day. And as things are changing around you, you'll be able to navigate them that much better. By the time we get to the second part of the month, we have a new moon taking place in the sign just before yours. This tends to be really quiet energy, okay? So this is a time when, as we get later in the month, it's a time to dream, it's a time to rest, it's a time to breathe as well. It's a time to consider what it is that you really want to do, not only with yourself, but with your life in a more sort of elevated sense. What are your dreams for your life? But also in a very literal sense, paying attention to what's happening on the dreamscape, because ultimately that is going to lead you to newfound faith and newfound inspiration at that. There's a lot that's going to be happening on energetic levels as you're closing off the month. And so when you feel that need to sort of go within, to find your fortress of solitude, and to figure out who you really are, how you want to move forward now, trust that impetus, because it is in those quiet moments that you will find a very purposeful way forward, and a way that is likely to bring you a greater sense of progress and a greater sense of agency and empowerment than you would have known otherwise. I absolutely love this month for you. Look, I'm going to be honest. I love every month, right? I do love every month because every month holds promise. It holds potential for real breakthroughs and positive changes and turning points set to take place that move you and all of us in our own individual journeys towards greater love and greater wisdom. This month, big changes are going to happen in connection to how you feel within your own body, but also how you feel with the work that you're doing and the people that you're surrounded with as you go about your day-to-day business. As these things go through changes, you will slowly but surely be led on a path towards connecting with what is more essential within you. What is it that really matters? What is it that gives you a sense of constancy and a sense of tranquility as well in your spirit? And as you connect to that, you will find nothing less than a pathway to magic opening up to you.